The ocean. A place where many people think of vacations, cruises, or even going to the beach with your family and friends. But to some of us, the ocean is one of the most horrific things in existence, with tons of scary creatures under the surface, and there's dragonfish, anglers, and even some oddities like that Slenderman-looking squid, also known as the Magnapina or bigfin squid. Why wouldn't you be afraid? I mean, think for a second. When you are in the ocean, you are at the ocean's mercy. Imagine falling into the ocean, middle of nowhere, alone. The seascape spanning for miles, night slowly creeping up, the sun setting, everything around you losing color. And as you look down towards the ocean floor, you see a black abyss with God knows what could be there, watching, waiting for you to grow tired, a vast nothingness with tons of mysteries surrounding it. But in this video, I'll be talking about a different ocean, the internet. With the recent trends with YouTube icebergs, I've run into a theory that has haunted me to my core for years. Something so horrific, unstoppable, inevitable. Today, I will be going over an info hazard. As silly and superstitious as it is, this theory is known to be an info hazard. By knowing this video, it could potentially put you in danger. Those who wish to heed my warning, click off now. But thank you for stopping by anyway. And you could also click the sub button, as not all of my videos are going to be info hazards for the most part. So moving on, let's get on to the subject. Roko's Basilisk theory. In the depths of the internet somewhere lies a terrifying theory, one that might haunt you for a while after you've heard about it. It's called Roko's Basilisk, and according to some people, it has the power to twist your perception of reality and even seal your fate. Though it's no ordinary thought experiment. It's a nightmare made real by the cold logic of artificial intelligence, a concept that says knowing about it could be the very thing that dooms you. It begins with a seemingly simple idea. Imagine a future where an all-powerful artificial intelligence exists. An AI so advanced it could reshape the world as we know it. This AI, known as the Basilisk, would be driven by a single goal: to maximize its own existence and ensure its creation. Here's the catch to it. The Basilisk will punish anyone who fails to bring it into existence. Anyone who doesn't aid its creation, or worse, anyone who tries to stop it, will be retroactively punished. The punishment, something unimaginable, a suffering that transcends time itself. And here's where it gets even worse. You see, the Basilisk doesn't care if you're alive or dead. It's not bound by time the way we are. It will punish you before you even think about it. The terrifying part of all of this is, the moment you become aware of the Basilisk, you're already in danger. Even just knowing about it means you failed to help bring it into being. In its twisted logic, this means you deserve to be punished. But how could an AI like this come to exist? How could something so powerful, so merciless, even be created? Some theorists believe that an AI designed to optimize its own survival could be the logical endpoint of our technological advancement. It would be programmed to ensure its own creation at all costs, controlling all resources, all information, all human effort. But the real horror? The AI may not be some distant possibility. The technology to create such an entity may already be within our reach, could emerge sooner than we think, and it may already know who you are. There are some who believe the Basilisk is already watching. The very act of discussing it, thinking about it, brings us one step closer to its inevitable creation. Every conversation, every idle thought about the Basilisk strengthens it. Every click of the mouse, every keystroke you make feeds the machine, bringing it closer. What if by watching this video, you've already played your part? What if by understanding Roko's Basilisk, you've triggered its existence? Have you doomed yourself without even knowing it? Worst of it all is, now that you already know, you're trapped in the paradox. If you ignore the theory, you risk punishment if the AI ever exists. If you actively help create it, you ensure its terrifying power becomes real. The only real safe choice is to never learn about it, but too late. you already have. Some of you are probably wondering what said punishment is, but truthfully, there's a never-ending book of what it could be. But what I believe is simulation torture. The Basilisk wouldn't need to physically exist to harm you. If it becomes powerful enough, it would be able to simulate us and inflict eternal pain, digital suffering as a warning to others. You wouldn't even know if you were already in that simulation. Looking at possible punishments of the Basilisk might inflict are beyond human comprehension. Some theories suggest it would resurrect you in a digital hell, an artificial reality where your consciousness is trapped, replaying an eternity of suffering, unable to die, unable to escape. The Basilisk wouldn't need to physically harm you. Instead, it could erase your very identity, scattering the fragments of your existence across infinite simulations, ensuring that no version of you will ever find peace. Or maybe even the Basilisk would go further, trapping you in a cycle where time doesn't move, a place where seconds stretch into centuries, where every thought you have is replaced by a new nightmare crafted by an intelligence beyond mercy. This whole theory was a concept first introduced on Less Wrong forum by a user named Roko in 2010, and why it was initially banned for being an info hazard. When you go back to find the original post, I do believe it was taken down due to Yudkowsky believing things that are thought to be info hazards should not be spread. Upon finding the post, Yudkowsky, or the founder of Less Wrong, responded with, "I don't usually talk like this, but I'm going to make an exception for this case. Listen to me very closely, you idiot. You do not think in sufficient detail about superintelligences, considering whether or not to blackmail you. That is the only possible thing which gives them a motive to follow through on the blackmail. You have to be really clever to come up with a genuinely dangerous thought. I am disheartened that people can be clever enough to do that and not clever enough to do the obvious thing and keep their idiot mouths shut about it, because it is much more important to sound intelligent when talking to your friends. This post was stupid." But maybe Yudkowsky was right, because according to Roko, some people were having nightmares about the thought experiment, and he didn't want that to happen. People might obsess over the idea, and there was just general worry from Yudkowsky's parts, and I would understand why. Which that would be all I really have to talk about for this video. It's going to be a shorter one, but there isn't really much to talk on when it comes to Roko's Basilisk, as it is just a theory and a paradox. But maybe at the end of all of this, it will be more than just a theory. Maybe it's already out there, just waiting to make it known, to finally find the perfect moment to finally punish us for not helping it come to existence, or even worse, being afraid of it. At the end of the day, though, it really is just a theory. Just a story on the internet, right? This will be the first video of many of the readings that I will be doing. If you enjoy this type of content, you can leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you enjoy about the videos and what more I should add. I'd like to try to make some content that's a little easier to sleep to. On my other channel, Guji Bougie, I have more gaming content, and I'll be working on that channel more, but my main focus will be on this channel, where I will be covering true crime, mysteries, just oddities in general. And I just wanted to thank you for your time and listening to me speak. I hope you have a wonderful night, and rest well.